Welcome, everybody. We're just going to give one more minute for people to join in. People are still registering. Excited to see you all here tonight.
Okay.
Okay. People are still joining, but we're going to go ahead and get started. I want to thank you so much for being here for the conclusion of the first ever AccelerateHER program. This program is a partnership between Texas Women's University Center for Women Entrepreneurs and Stoke, which is Denton's co-working space. I am Heather Gregory. I am the owner of Hickory and Rail Ventures, who has a partnership with the City of Denton's Economic Development Department to operate Stoke. I see so many familiar faces and names in the audience, and it fills me with so much joy to see you here. For those of you who I haven't met yet, welcome, and it's nice to see you. I really can't tell you what tonight means to me. This program really got its start about 18 months ago when some of my partners and my mentors wanted me to start an incubator program or start an investment fund, which I know absolutely nothing about and was completely intimidated. I am at my core a small business person, not a startup person. So when you look around the Metroplex and you see dozens of other resources run by people who I assume know what they're doing way more than I ever could, it was hard to say yes. But I love a good challenge. And my motto is to be in the arena. So I did it. I started designing a program around what I know: partnerships, community, and Denton. I wanted to build something that would honor the creative, resourceful, and resilient community here, something that would support those that are generally underserved in entrepreneurship, women and minorities. And so I took the idea to the Center for Women Entrepreneurs, and their amazing team, namely Shannon and Tracy, were on board immediately, and AccelerateHER was born. It has been such a privilege and honor to work with and learn from this group of interesting, intelligent, and all-around badass women. For the last 5 months, we have had 2 meetings each week, one cohort call where we gave updates, asked for help, shared our wins, waved at each other's kids, and generally provided support to each other. We also had a weekly workshop led by experts in marketing, branding, business development, funding, finance, leadership, and more. There was also a small group of dedicated mentors that volunteered their time to provide advice, connections, and valuable feedback as the founders developed and refined their business ideas and pitches. Many of those of you that are in the audience participated as a mentor or a workshop leader, and I want to extend my sincerest gratitude to each of you for your contributions. So tonight is the culmination of 5 months of hard work and a lot of Zoom calls. I couldn't be more proud of the women you're going to hear from tonight. The business ideas you will hear are diverse, but there is a consistent thread through them: creativity and education. This is important as it honors the culture and community that we have here in Denton. Additionally, each business is leveraging or actually creating the technology necessary to scale. You're going to see me plenty this evening, so I will get to the order of events so you'll know what to expect. Up next, I will be joined by Tracy Irby and Jasmine Brand, and we're going to hold a conversation about women entrepreneurship. After that, we are going to get into the main event, the pitches. Each woman will have 5 minutes to pitch, which will be followed by 5 minutes of Q&A. It is going to move pretty quickly, and we're going to do our best to keep it on time. So if we don't get to your question, write it down or remember it, because after the last pitch, we will open up 6 breakout rooms. So each of the women in the cohort will host their own breakout room. So you can choose whose you would like to join to go into more in-depth Q&A. I know we're all practically experts at Zoom at this point, but I just want to remind you of a couple things. During the Q&A that happens after each pitch, I encourage you to go to your top right corner and change the view to gallery view. Turn on your camera if you'd like to ask a question, raise your hand, and you'll be able to ask it directly of the founder. That will help keep it a little bit personal and interactive. If you have any technical issues or questions, feel free to drop them in the chat and our team can help out. So I would like to introduce 2 women who were integral to the success of this program. Tracy Irby has a passion for entrepreneurship. She joined the Center for Women Entrepreneurs as their first business advisor after working 6 years as a small business advisor for the North Texas SBDC network. She has been a serial entrepreneur for over 25 years and owned one of the first Sears hometown dealer stores, a gym, a bounce house rental business, an online self-defense business, and more. She loves bringing her firsthand experience to new and established entrepreneurs. She has an MBA and BBA in marketing from Texas A&M University of Commerce. She is a recent graduate of OU Economic Development Institute and holds an Economic Development Finance certification from the National Development Council. Jasmine Brand is an entrepreneur, writer, speaker, and thought leader in digital media, brand strategy, and diverse startups. She is a founder of The Start, a creative agency specializing in culturally rich content and experiential events. She brings close to a decade of executive experience and tech-driven marketing strategy and digital publishing to the Texas media landscape, and previously served as CEO of the region's first platform dedicated to the Dallas-Fort Worth startup scene. Passionate about bringing Texas women together, Jasmine founded HER Texas, the state's first ever female-focused ecosystem. Representing 1,200 cities, HER Texas interactive platform is powered by the women that live, work, and build epic businesses in Denton. By creating a truly connected state, HER Texas hopes to equip Texas women with the tools, strategies, and community needed to unlock their peak potential. So Tracy and Jasmine, welcome. Thank you so much for being here this evening. And I want to just get right into our discussion and ask each of you why you believe it is so important to support women entrepreneurs.
Right. One of our favorite topics. I really think the more we do together, the better we all are. Look how great this turned out with us working together and partnering. I think women do a great job of supporting each other and lifting each other up. So I think that is one of the best reasons we have. We saw so much through this cohort, how they became friends, they became almost mentors to each other, they're creating their own. So by working together, we create so much more.
I would totally agree. I think, if we just look at Texas, so I've been researching Texas nonstop for the last couple of years. And if we look at just the women that have done amazing stuff here in the state, it's usually been for the support of other women. And so I always have believed that we can do so much more together. But I think if we knew as Texas women, the legacy of the women before us and what they did together, I think that would just tell us that we're so much stronger. And also it's just hard starting a business. It's lonely and it's tough, right? I mean, I know I talk to myself and I think that's because I'm an entrepreneur. And so I think having the support of women to just cry shoulder, brainstorm, complain, celebrate the wins is so important. And I think one of the key elements of your business when it's time to grow is when you actually start to ask for help and you start to bring support in. So I'm excited about this cohort because I think to Tracy's point, they were already amazing when they entered the cohort, but became so much more, so much greater together.
Yeah, there's power in numbers and in that mutual support and collaboration And we witnessed it. We witnessed through this cohort, yes, people asking for help and offering the skills and expertise that they had to each other. On that note, I mean, I know that you are both doing so much individually in your work to support women entrepreneurs. So can each of you kind of talk about ways that your organization or your business is doing that? You know, what are some of the main initiatives that you are working on?
So for me, Her Texas is my new baby. And she's been trying to come out into the world for a while, but the pandemic. But what we're excited about is this idea of better and greater connectivity. And so, one of the interesting things about Texas is that we've got so many amazing women doing so many amazing things, but we can often be siloed based on our zip code. And I know it's so important for every woman in Texas to know that no matter where you live, no matter your zip code, that you have full range of opportunities. And so Her Texas goal is I like to call myself a matchmaker, if you will, a statewide matchmaker, right? Like you need someone and you need an organization to start bringing opportunities to start connecting you in a bigger way. And so we hope to be a platform that increases that connectivity. Right now we're in such a hyper-connected world, and hyperconnectivity is great for innovation, but you cannot have innovation without collaboration and connection. And so I know, and if we look at the women in this cohort, so diverse, all covering so many different industries, but look what happened when they came together. So Her Texas hopes to be an ecosystem that is for Texas women. It's the support of Texas women. And we've already got incredible organizations. We've got awesome media outlets. There's awesome stuff happening here. But a woman in Laredo should know what's happening to a woman that's in Denton, right? And so Her Texas hopes to be kind of that glue that brings us together and helps us all win.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. It's so exciting. Tracy, what about you?
Oh, well, we have a lot of different things going on, but the Center for Women Entrepreneurs was funded by the state legislature just to help promote women in the state of Texas. So we do that through small business advising, funding. We have several different grant programs, networking events, training, and then some great partnerships that we're making throughout the year. Obviously, this was a great one with Stoke, the AccelerateHER program, and we're hoping to make more relationships like that. But we also want to make our site and our center a place where women can come and find answers. They can find great partnerships. They can find the networking. We found when we went online that a lot of it was very beneficial. We started reaching women throughout Texas, throughout the United States. We've had people from Sweden and England attend our events. So we know that there's a real need. So we're doing what we can to reach women wherever we can, help empower them and grow and expand their businesses.
Such fantastic resources, both of you are doing that really span, they're not regional, they're really focused statewide. I love that. We're so lucky to have y'all doing the work that you're doing. So what are some of the, I kind of want to discuss, we talked about the resources that y'all are providing. What are some of the resources or that are there generally around the state that you are aware of that maybe the audience should know about? And then I kind of want to address gaps. What are some of the gaps that you see in terms of support for women entrepreneurs?
We all know that there's a funding gap, and this isn't just in Texas, this is across the country. And we know that gap widens when we start thinking about female business owners of color. And when we look at African-American founders, female founders specifically, that gap becomes even bigger. And so from a resource perspective, I really like SoGal. It's a international organization, but what they're trying to do is actually bridge the diversity gap between entrepreneurship and venture capital. That's an incredible foundation. They produce all kinds of events. They put out lots of information, but their targeted mission is specifically working on that gap, which I think is important because we've got funders here, we've got amazing female founders, but we still have that gap. And that gap is impacted by society, so many different things that it can't be solved by a friends and family round, right? So I think SoGal is an incredible organization. They have multiple chapters, which is why I really like them, not just in Dallas, but across the state and across the country. So SoGal would be a really great organization. As far as the challenges, African-American women that decide to start a business, the numbers are huge right now. It's almost 3 times their white counterparts. Yet when we look at the amount of revenue that's actually happening, it's disturbing. And I think a lot of that has to do with education, mentorship, but I think also too, it's definitely access to funding, but understanding the funding too. And so I think the more we have conversations like this, but the more support we have. And, you know, I've gone around the state and met with so many incredible founders, and they've got incredible businesses, but we know that if you don't have the right funding, the right support, and the right education, it usually falls back on that woman. And so many women of color are usually carrying the weight of the world plus this business too. So I'm excited about the fact that we've got a lot of excitement building here. We've got a lot of organizations that are actually listening now and thinking about this idea that diversity is not in a vacuum, and diversity has to be living, breathing, 365-day thing. And just because Black History Month is ending doesn't mean we stop there. We have to keep it on the front of our radar. So I think funding is a huge topic, but specifically for Black female founders, I think it's something we all need to come together to support and move forward.
Absolutely. That was great. It was kind of 2 parts, this question. So I'll say there are a lot of really great resources in Texas for women entrepreneurs. And some of them, I know that we were asking what other resources. Well, starting with just our chamber here, Denton Chamber has the Women in Commerce event. That's great for women. There's the Association of Women Business Centers, and she's on here, and I have VR Small from the Veteran Women's Entrepreneur Center is on here. So there are a lot of really great resources in Texas. We have a list if anybody's interested as well, because there's so many, there's too many to really list. But I have to go along with you, Jasmine, on one of the biggest problems for women is financing and access to capital. But we're seeing more and more starting to address that, not only grant funding, but there are companies like People Fund and Lift Fund, and some of those have loans as low as $500. And to some that may sound funny, but if somebody's working from home or something else, and if that $500 lets them start a business, I mean, that benefits all of us. So there are a lot of great resources, but we hope to continue seeing more and more, especially in the funding area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I, just to echo that, I think that something that I see a lot is preparation for the funding, really understanding what types are available and what's the most appropriate thing for the business that's being created. And then it's about closing the gaps and making connections between the entrepreneur and the source of funds that's going to be the best service for their business idea.
And Heather, I would also include the thing too. It's also about giving women the confidence to say that sometimes it's okay to hold off on raising a capital and bringing on investors, right? Like bootstrapping is not necessarily a horrible word. And it's also and being very careful and methodical about actually accepting funding and understanding everything you sign. I have made so many mistakes. And I've paid for it. So knowing you have the confidence to say it is okay to slow down and ask for help and let someone else look at that document before you sign it.
Yeah. And here's something that I think is really interesting about the 6 entrepreneurs that we're going to hear pitch their ideas tonight. Most of them are not actually seeking funding. The ask that they have tonight of the audience is not funds. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe that's just not the path that they're going to take. Maybe they're focusing on building just from their revenue, bootstrapping it, building it a little bit more organically. Yeah. And I have also heard of women founders who can't take outside funds because it benefits their business to be majority female owned. And so then when you start looking at who has the money, and when it's not women, then it can create some barriers and some limitations into what kind of funding a female may want to access. So I have kind of one last question for both of you before we get into the pitches. And that is really like, what are ways that the community and the audience here tonight can support your work and through extension support female entrepreneurs? So where can people find you? You know, how can people learn more about what y'all are doing?
Tracy, I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, I think that's a great one. I mean, they can refer clients to us. Obviously, they can find us online. Donna Lisa does a great job with social media, so you can find us all over there. You could be a mentor to our women. We'd love volunteers for that. You could share our events online. If you see what's happening, share it on your social media. That helps us grow. If you're interested, become a speaker. We have a form where people can fill out if they're interested in being a speaker. And again, if you ever have an interest in sponsoring an event or anything else, just reach out to us.
And you know, Her Texas, our platform actually goes live next week, which I'm excited about, and it will roll out in a couple of phases because COVID has taught me to slow down as well. That is okay, Jasmine, to slow down, right? So I'm excited about that. Our platform will go live. And I think, you know, for the first 60 days, we're just trying to get the word out about what we're trying to do. And this idea of us, of a female focused ecosystem. We've got lots of ecosystems here. I'm part of the startup ecosystem. And we've got lots of ecosystem builders, but we do not have one that is female focused. And so I'm very excited about partnering with organizations, but I think our first phase is just to get the word out. So if you have an organization that I'd love to come talk to, if you've got a platform, if you've got a show, a blog, a podcast, I'm super chatty. So I would like to come out and tell you about why Texas women are the future. So we're excited about that. And you can go to hertexas.co. We've got a landing page up there now, but my email address is there. If you want more information, we've got a beautiful deck. You can send us an email. But next week, I'm excited because our platform finally goes live. So, and thank you so much. This has been an incredible experience for me as well. The women have been amazing. And it's been awesome to work with both of you ladies as well.
Yeah, we're so grateful for the time that you have given. Jasmine was one of the mentors in the program. So yeah, we're so grateful for your contribution. Yeah, we all learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
And we're running on time. I am so thrilled. Yay. So we are going to transition. Are there any final thoughts, Tracy, Jasmine? I don't want to cut it off if there's anything else that y'all want to add.
I was just going to encourage, make sure you do something tonight with these incredible women that are presenting, whether you are sending them an email, you're going to go stalk them on social media and follow them, you're actually going to connect, you're going to tell someone else about them. I think we're at an exciting time right now. We've gone through such a challenging time as well. And so this is the time when we need to come together. And it is so hard to come out and pitch an idea in front of people you don't know. So even if it's like, you go girl, you did great, fantastic job, something, I would just encourage you to do something tonight.
Oh, that's great. And they're so ready for this too. If you can, follow them online, connect with them on LinkedIn, let you know that you support them and where they're going from here. So again, thank you, all of you, for being here tonight.
Great. Thank you all for joining me, and thank you for sharing your wisdom and your insight. So now we are going to start with our first pitch of the night. First up, we have Candace Anderson from Department. And as soon as you're ready, Candace, you can take it away. Oh, you're muted.
All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I'll get started. So shopping for women's clothing is really time consuming, especially for women like me who are running businesses or raising our families or binge watching Bridgerton. So we're really looking for a way to make it a little bit easier so that we're not scrolling through thousands of options online. So women like me go out and check out some of the solutions out there. And what we find is that we're left with way too many cardigans, or the items are too expensive, or you end up buying a dress from the same place. You can buy like a carburetor, and that doesn't feel like a fashion centric experience. As I started to communicate with my community, what I learned is that there are a lot of women who wish that they had a better solution. And I'm really lucky in that some of those initial conversations turned into regular check-ins, turned into relationships, turned into me meeting with my co-founders, and our shared experience in my managing a multi-million-dollar e-commerce sales channel, Layla's background in full stack development, and Tara's background in product management make us the best team to be building department. We pair AI and data with a style and size inclusive sourcing to create a personalized shopping experience for every woman. And what kind of matchmaker would we be if you could not swipe right to throw that gorgeous dress right into your shopping bag? Now, how do we find you that dress? Well, our users fill out a 3-minute survey on our app, and that survey gathers the key information that we need to connect her to the right pieces. They're in her size, they're available to purchase, and if she told us she hates polka dots, she won't see a single polka dot. So our profit centers are three-pronged. We have apparel revenue from the sales of the products on our app. We offer a premium upgrade. Now, we are a free forever solution, but customers can upgrade for $22 a month for a one-on-one stylist experience. And then we're also testing affiliate marketing on our free version. So what really differentiates us is that we are style and size inclusive. That means that no matter the look that you're trying to attain, we're able to help you do that. And it doesn't matter if you're a 00 or a 4X. What's really special about what we do is that we're free forever. That means that you can use our free version, and the only thing you will ever have to pay for are the goods that you want to purchase. Our products retail from about $10 to $100 a piece. And most importantly, our foundational algorithm logic, the machine behind the scenes making those connections, was built for and by women. So we're intimate knowledge of that women shopping experience, and we're making sure that we are giving our users what they need. Now, how we differentiate operationally is that we don't ship boxes. What that means is that we're not incurring fees for shipping for every single order before the customer even knows if they want it. And also, customers don't receive an order of items that they never would have bought in the beginning, and now they've got to do more work and do a return. What's really important is that we find our customer first, and then we find her products. We have a level of engagement and a level of data at the time that we're making those sourcing solutions so that we're really able to make really informed merchandising decisions. And also the AI does our heavy lifting. That's actually the reason why we're able to do a free forever model, because our matching system is that good. So our ideal target consumer is a woman aged 25 to 50. She makes an annual salary of $40,000 or more per year. And more importantly, she's a Nordstrom Rack shopper. That means that she's looking for high value, high quality, and a lower price. And the US women's apparel market is huge today. When we take a look at that market paired with our core user and her spending habits, in addition to the fact that buyers spend more when they're getting a personalized experience, our attainable market is at $22 billion. And that's at a time where inclusive brands are the brands that are breaking all the records right now. So brands like Third Love, Glossier, and the Savage Fenty collection are so successful because they make every woman feel like a part of their brand. And because we are focusing on a wide range of style and size selections, their women are our women. Since the beginning of March, I've gone from just a woman with an idea to getting admitted to the AccelerateHER cohort to actually securing my founding team. And we feel really confident in the future of department and building that hub that we are the center solution and destination where vendors and engaged users come to find us. And we are then seeking $500,000 in pre-seed round to take all of the learnings from our beta test to launch our iOS and Android app. We believe that we are the right team to build a new solution, a new way to shop, because Her Style is our department. And another way that you can support us is to refer all the women and makers in your community to our social, send us an email, find us on our website. Thank you.
Okay, if you have questions, I have it on gallery view. So if you want to just raise your hand, you can ask Candace any questions about her business model. Oh, Kathy.
All right, Candace, a great presentation, very crystal clear. I'm super proud of you. I noted there's a slide that you say TAM, T-A-M, and then S-A-M, and then S-O-M. And it's in you and this industry, you probably know what it is, but even me don't know what it's about. So can you explain what it's about, and then maybe, you know, make it a little more layman language in the future to help your your audience understand it?
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure. So the differences between those are TAM is the total addressable market. So that's every single dollar that's in that market today. SAM is the serviceable addressable market. So that means that based on the solution that you're providing catered to your market need, what do you think that you're like someone with your type of solution can gather? And then serviceable obtainable market is the market that you know is right for you based on your solution, your target market, and their purchasing ability. And I will take that note. I'll add the definitions next time. Thank you, Kathy.
John Baines, see your hand up. You want to unmute?
Thank you, Heather. Wonderful presentation. Talk to me about your BOP. What's your, when you talk about numbers, I'm a CPA, so I'm interested in seeing you to be profitable, making sure you're profitable. So the $22 per person monthly, where's that going to get you? Is that going to get you a break even, or is that going to get you into the profit?
Well, a core of our funds and our revenue is actually going to come from the product sales. And the reason why we're able to lean more on sales is because we don't have the same upfront costs like a lot of other solutions do, because we don't need a stylist to touch every order. Our algorithm is really strong. And because we don't ship boxes, we're not automatically incurring a shipping fee just to engage with the consumer. So because we have a lower upfront cost, our model shows that we will gain profitability with a certain level of users, but that's also why it makes sense for department to seek institutional capital, because department makes sense at a certain volume. And so we know that taking on a partner who can invest the funds, but can also invest the time and the mentoring and make those partnerships happen sooner rather than later will allow us to scale so that we get to that bottom line in the green as soon as possible.
I have one more question for you, if I could, Heather.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So, Candace, have you and your partners considered some of the major brands or some of the branding people becoming dollars and cents partners? To make sure that how would you say your bottom line smells good?
No, absolutely. We also want our bottom line to smell good. So we are very interested in partnering with larger brands. There's definitely an opportunity in this changing retail environment and for those larger brands that have more physical locations to reach additional consumers that they may not have otherwise. And so our goal is to have so many users in such a broad space that we're able to find more users and more sales opportunities for major brands. But I really want to note that I'm also really passionate about working with small makers and small brands. That's one specific reason I was really excited about this accelerator, because there's a lot of talent and a lot of creativity in Denton and in DFW, and also allowing for those smaller businesses to gain just get more eyes on their products is also really special to me. And not just to support those businesses, but because those are special products and our users are looking for something that you don't see every day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, it looks like what we have time for one more quick question. Kathy, do you want to chime in?
Sure. So you want the fundraising $500,000. What if I'm gonna give you that money, then what do I have in the return? Like in terms of how long will I expect, to see my money, and of course the return back, and then what kind of equity do I get in your company?
So we are offering an equity opportunity. That is something that we don't want to make public. We can definitely take that offline, but we anticipate getting to either IPO or exit within 6 to 8 years. And so that means that we're not just going to be accepting just an initial input of funds, but we'll probably make it to at least a seed A round so that we really have the level of funds we need to get it profitable and to make it something that is really exciting for a potential acquirer. And what we're going to do with those funds immediately is focus on marketing and creating lots of original content, because we all know that it doesn't matter if you have a big team if ain't nobody looking at your product. So we're focusing on users, users, users.
Awesome. And remember, if you have more questions for Candace, if more pop into your brain, write them down, hang on to them at the end of after the final pitch. We're going to do breakout rooms, so you'll be able to dig in deeper with whoever you would like. We are going to move on now to the next pitch. Candace, dynamite, fantastic, great job. And now we are going to move on to Leslie Brenner, who is the founder of Cooks Without Borders. Leslie, whenever you're ready, you can take it away.
Are we good? Can you see my screen?
I can, yep.
Okay, we're good. Okay, sorry
yep.
about that. Okay, welcome to Cooks Without Borders. We are a website whose mission it is to make your life more delicious by exploring food culture from around the world and bringing you the best of it. Cooking is more popular than ever. By exploring foods of the world, we can dream, dive into a new culture, vicariously travel. But it's not easy to find great recipes that work. Looking for the best bolognese sauce, Google turns up nearly 25 million to choose from. It's pretty overwhelming. And the results aren't always so great. Wouldn't it be amazing if there were a one-stop destination bringing together recipes from around the world and around the web that really work? That's where we come in. With Cooks Without Borders, you can visit Lebanon or Japan or Mexico through cooking the best versions of those cultures' foods. Our original recipes, along with those we've culled from cookbooks, are meticulously tested, so you're assured a spectacular result. What makes us so great at creating and curating and editing recipes? Our original recipes, I'm Leslie Brenner, founder and editor-in-chief of Cooks Without Borders, and I have dedicated my life to it. In the past, I've been food editor at the LA Times, restaurant critic at the Dallas Morning News, and contributing editor at Travel and Leisure. I have degrees from Stanford University and Columbia University. I've won 2 James Beard Awards and many other prizes for my work. What is wrong? I'm sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Why can't I?
Let me see if I can pull your slides up for you, or
So
Lacey can.
maybe if I stop and start again, it'll just come back. So sorry, everybody.
I mean, I don't think that we're the only people to have ever experienced a technical difficulty on a on a Zoom call. You've got this, Leslie.
Maybe. Oh, here we go. Okay, I think we're back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I have written cookbooks, acclaimed fiction, a cultural food history, and groundbreaking narrative nonfiction about food, all of which makes me uniquely qualified to head such an ambitious publishing venture, if not running a slideshow. So that when I assure our readers that a recipe is amazing and that it has a great story, they're excited to try it, whether it's shrimp and grits steeped in Black American history or Japanese okonomiyaki. Take the Indian dish butter chicken, murg makhani. Most sites would be content to present a pretty good butter chicken recipe. One Instant Pot version went viral. It's pretty good, but I wanted one with more depth and soul. I had to get to the real story of butter chicken. So I chased its origin all the way back to northern India in the 1920s. Turns out the dish was invented by a chef named Kundal Lal Gujral. This is him, the actual guy who invented butter chicken. Next, I tracked down his grandson, who's a chef in New Delhi. We collaborated on a dish that turned out to be incredible. It's true to the original, but doable for Americans. How have people responded to what we're doing? They're eating it up. Our page views climbed 1,000% last year. So who is Cooks Without Borders for? People who are passionate about cooking, not the busy mom looking for something quick and easy. Oh no. Really strange. Well, I think I'm just going to talk. There are plenty of people who fit that description, many more than you think. Is this a silly idea? One way to think is Like Eats, which is aimed at passionate rather than casual cooks. Specifically, it's aimed at millennials who geek out on science-driven technique. Serious Eats was acquired in September by Dotdash for an undisclosed sum, which CEO Neil Vogel described as probably 3 to 4 times the size of anything we've bought to date. So Cooks Without Borders is like a fledgling Serious Eats, but with cultural rather than sciencey depth and a focus on great writing, storytelling, and aesthetics. And that's how we grab those passionate cooks. One more. That's how we grab, that's good. That's how we grab those passionate cooks. They come for our outstanding free content. Our recipes and stories are all free. Slide. Those who are super passionate want more. For them, we have premium membership, which we launched last month. Next. At $10 a month or $100 a year, we expect it to be one of our most important revenue streams. Slide. Its benefits are pretty great. Every month we have a live Q&A with a fascinating expert in the food world. Just this morning we had Tara Wigley. She's the longtime co-author of culinary superstar Otto Lengi. Also each month you're invited to hang out with me and others in a live casual simmer session video chat. Thanks. Premium gets you Hot Links, a weekly newsletter of curated seasonal recipes for the coming week, along with our monthly e-magazine Hot Pot. But wait, there's more. Next. You also get a copy of our e-cookbook, and you're invited to be a judge for the Golden Dumpling Awards, food media prizes that we plan to roll out this spring. We're in the process of amplifying our reach and expanding our offerings in a bunch of exciting ways, and I'll be happy to tell you more about those either afterwards or if you'd like to join me in our breakout room or connect with me anytime. Next. So what would we like from you all today? We're not ready quite yet to seek investors, but we'll likely be soon. So it would be wonderful if we could just stay in touch. Meanwhile, we would love it if you'd take a spin through our site. If you're impressed, treat yourself to a free trial membership. And if you're not into cooking, please share Cooks Without Borders with 5 foodie friends. We think they'll love you for it. Next. Cooks Without Borders is grateful for the generous support of our amazing benefactors here in Denton. If your company would benefit from marketing to our readership, let's talk, as we are also seeking mutually beneficial sponsorships. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your being here, and I'm really sorry for these technical problems.
You did great, Leslie. And way to go, Lacey, in there with the slides. Team effort. Okay, let's do a couple quick questions for Leslie. Does anybody, you can raise your hand in front of the screen, or you can use, there is a reaction thing in the bottom right-hand corner where you can actually like do a raised hand. Am I missing? Okay, excellent. Well, oh, there we go. I see a hand. Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Retha Hill. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's I love cooking shows and I love experimenting when I have the time. And I like the fact that you are narrowing down the choices because so many people are making dishes that I wonder, you know, how much they know about it, except besides just doing it because it's trendy. And the idea of tracking down the history of a dish and getting a authentic chef to make it or to collaborate with you, I think is fantastic. So not really a question, but you know, way to go. And I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for that, Ms. Hill. That's, yeah, there's really, there are people touching on this kind of in the cultural space, but nobody who's really focusing on it, I think, in the same way we are with, you know, rich storytelling and, you know, and lots of history, as well as those recipes that are really tested over and over again. So you know, they really work. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, and Jonathan, do you want to, I saw your message. Do you want to ask your question and then we'll move into the next?
Awesome. Hey, Leslie, Jonathan Chavez here. I'm a venture associate with Capital Factory here for the North Texas market. Also big fan and have been a big fan for years now. So my question is, as you think about, you know, the content strategy for Cooks Without Borders, you know, what is the process that you're going through for vetting, you know, the content? Are you working with specific cooks, or are you planning on, you know, maybe keeping it open-ended so that, you know, maybe cooks that are up and coming are able to contribute to it, or what does that process and framework really look like, you know, kind of going forward?
Yeah, I'm really glad you asked that, because it's kind of the thing that's front of mind right now, because today I have basically created all of the content. I've written all the stories, I've taken all the photos, and it's like, obviously that's not sustainable or scalable. You know, I really enjoy doing it, but I'd rather continue doing some of that, but move into more like an editor-in-chief role and bring in a lot of other voices and diverse voices and young voices and, you know, all kinds of voices. So right now we are really focused on bringing some of those new voices in. So really putting feelers out, trying to find good writing. And part of our expand, and I'm excited to say I've assigned a couple stories that I'm, you know, one has come in, I'm editing it, another will come in over the weekend. So, you know, so we're getting more voices. So that's great. Part of our content strategy and revenue strategy is that I'll be creating a set of food writing workshops with the idea of bringing, you know, sort of becoming a community that's about, you know, very food writing centric, so that we can offer that to people who want to become food writers, and we can nurture them. Hopefully they'll come back and, you know, continue working with us. So we'll sort of, you know, and at the same time, I think that's going to be an important revenue stream for us.
Understood. Thank you, Leslie.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Excellent. So we are going to keep rolling. If you didn't get your question answered right now, I know that there are a couple of others, but if you didn't get your question for Leslie in, then you can join her breakout session at the end. So next we have Julie James, who is the co-founder and managing director of Playable Media.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to just start my presentation. Ah, there it goes. Can everybody see my screen?
Not yet.
Yes, no?
No, not
No,
yet.
see you.
Oh, let's see.
Oh.
Try this again.
No,
So
I'm
here you
okay.
go, Leslie. I'm gonna join
All
you
doodle,
in
but
the
not the meat. The meat is so fattening.
technical difficulty arena. And uh-oh, I think something different is happening now.
Julie, I do have your presentation pulled up if you would like me to take over, but
How's it?
there you
There
go.
we go.
It worked.
Yay, it worked. Okay. So, hi, I'm Julie James, and I want to start first by thanking Stoke and the TW Center for Women Entrepreneurs for this opportunity. I'm an educator, technologist, and game designer, and the co-founder of Playable Media. At Playable Media, we help nonprofit organizations unlock meaningful change with measurable impact by creating curriculum, online courses, and learning games. Oops. Aha, here we are. This is my founding team. We're educators, technologists, and learning scientists. And personally, I have 20 years experience designing information, creating workshops, teaching in the classroom and online, and coaching others to effectively use technology to advance their goals. Today, I run Playable Media full-time in Denton, Texas. So here's the problem. Having worked in the nonprofit sector myself, I know that if you run or work for a nonprofit today, this is kind of what it looks like. Funding, you're always looking for it. Content, you'd love to develop more meaningful content or even use the content you already have better. And impact, you want to have meaningful data that will validate your work, but there isn't enough time to get this all done. So here's what we do at Playable Media, and I'm going to tell you first about that and how we can help you solve those problems. So we do custom online learning with our platform that gathers and analyzes learner data for you. We do game design and production using our Story Builder tool that includes an analytics dashboard with survey and player data ready for you. We do one-on-one and group coaching where we lead webinars and workshops and help others to develop the skills they need to run their own learning engagement projects. And then I also do one-on-one consulting for day rate projects. So here's two examples of recent work that we've done. From Animals to Humans is an online course for the Earth Journalism Network that we produced to help journalists around the world report on diseases that spread from animals to humans, like COVID-19. And including the environmental impacts and environmental sustainability impacts. This course is currently running and we're currently gathering learner data, and the Earth Journalism Network is able to focus on what they do best, reporting on important issues around the world because we're helping them deliver this training to journalists. Healthcare America was a simulation developed for a researcher at the University of North Texas to engage young adults in health insurance literacy. The results of this project showed that our simulation was more effective than the current tools that are used to teach the public about how to use their own health insurance. And the resulting paper was published in the Journal of Internet Medical Research. So this researcher was able to conduct innovative research, produce important knowledge that can impact millions of Americans' lives in the United States. And she was able to do that because we focused on creating an effective simulation. So what does that mean? It means that when you work with Playable Media, we're going to help you save time. Our engagement design framework lets us take your content and turn it into an engaging experience for your audience. And rather than an afterthought, our tools build in that measurement already. So we're going to take care of the project and you're going to be free to focus on what you need to do, find that funding. And since you don't have to think about these things anymore, when you work with Playable Media, we're giving you back your time. So I just want to end with a little reminder that, it's important to me because I live and breathe learning. Engaging learning can have a positive impact on the world, and it can help nonprofits like yours unlock new funding opportunities with innovative ed tech projects with analytics to measure the impact. And now that I'm finished telling you about what we have to offer, I'd also like to talk to you about what I'm looking for. I'm always looking to grow my network of really great people and organizations, and I would love to connect with you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm at Julie S. James. You can follow me on Instagram at @Julie James. And if you or someone you know is looking to unlock engagement for impact at your organization, book a 20-minute discovery call with me at calendly.com/JulieJames/discovery. Email me at julie@playablemedia.io and visit our website at playablemedia.io. Thank you again so much to Stoke and the TWU Center for Women Entrepreneurs, and thank you for joining us tonight. Oh, here's where I stop, right?
Awesome. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let me see. Okay, I see Kathy has her hand up. Kathy, you want to ask something of Julie?
Sure. So Julie, one observation is the slide before the end. The writing is teeny tiny, so you may want to look at that. I can barely read it, so I had to take a picture of that. So that is for visual aid. Also, on the example that you gave us, you have some slide, about the name or, what have you done for them and whatnot. It will really help us because we are an online setting. So on top of that, a quick question: you are not the only company who do what you do out there. Can you tell us, why should we go with you? What are your secret sauce? And how you stand yourself from the competition?
So I think that there are two things that make our secret sauce. And one of those things is our engagement design framework, which really allows us to take your content or develop content for you that's effective, but also is going to turn into a project with results quickly. So one of the things that we really focused on was, we don't have a lot of time and we need to get to the goal quickly. So our framework allows us to produce our technical projects that way. And then the other thing is, I didn't talk a lot about this tonight, but we're game designers, right? And we have our experiences in learning games. And so the other part of it is that no matter what we're doing, we are taking advantage of the best practices of play and game design along with the best practices of learning science so that the project that we produce is infused with that. I don't always want to say fun, it's engagement and not everything is fun, but what we have to do every day is hard and it's serious and it's important, but infusing that with games and play can make that hard work better. And so that's the other part of our secret sauce and what we bring to the table rather than any other instructional design company.
Fantastic. Have time for one more quick question if anybody has one for Julie, or you can save it for her breakout room after.
Yeah, I'd love to see you in our breakout room. And I just want to say hello to my other partner who joined us tonight, Rita Hill. So it's really great to have her here too.
Awesome. Well, then let's move on to the next pitch. Next up, we have Michelle Shadowski, who is the CEO and founder of RADA.
Hello, everyone. Okay. Thank you all for being here tonight. Let me just get my screen up here. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. I'm a professional musician. When I first told everyone that this is what I was going to do, you can imagine the kind of comments I got. You'll be a starving artist. There's no way you'll ever make a living. But like all musicians, I was fueled by passion. And the thing that made me the most passionate was that no matter how advanced you are, you never stop being a student. There's something always vastly new to learn, especially when collaborating with others. Now, fast forward to post-music college graduation, I'm starting to realize they were right. It's extremely hard to make a living. I can attest to the stats that state American musicians make only between 20 and 20,000 a year, working on average 3.5 different jobs, which often aren't even music related at all. And the pandemic this year hasn't made it any easier on us. Now I see a huge opportunity to help musicians easily pursue their passion for lifelong learning and help them achieve financial stability doing what they love. I'm Michelle Shadowski, and I founded RADA, an online platform that inspires musicians to become what they're destined to be. RADA started off with a more simple concept that was described as the eBay for advice, where musicians send their performances and compositions to a RADA expert to be critiqued asynchronously. After winning some seed money at a business pitch competition, we moved forward with the idea and we recruited musicians from varying backgrounds and top schools to give written, audio, and video feedback. Then COVID-19 hit and turned the music industry upside down like many others. All teachers had to transition to online lessons, recitals were canceled, competitions postponed. And this is when I saw an opportunity to start creating events to incentivize students to keep practicing, like the first RADA Rise International Piano Competition we launched last summer, along with our future plans to create more competitions for other instruments, engaging workshops for college and career preparation, online masterclasses, and educational blog series. With our piano competition applicants representing 11 different countries around the world, we realized there's a lot of potential within a very niche segment of the music industry, advanced young musicians. This segment is highly dedicated and they're backed by the unwavering support of their parents who are willing to spend a lot of time and money in their kids' music education. And with this competition in particular, we wanted to give every applicant valuable opportunities within the competition. So unlike most other music competitions that only give cash prizes or recital opportunities, we give applicants feedback before and after judging round, post-competition live chats with the judges, mentorship opportunities, and cash scholarships. And based on this demographic, we have plans to continue expanding our business model beyond just the asynchronous reviews to include, like I said before, competitions, workshops, masterclasses, blogs, and an exclusive membership area filled with even more content. And I'll continue to break this down in a bit. So let's take a look at our competitors. Online lessons are mostly live lessons and they typically target beginners. But since they're so low cost and they're targeting that beginner market, they struggle a lot with retention. And with social media, anyone can upload their content to Facebook or YouTube, and it's free, but they rarely get the quality feedback that they want beyond superficial compliments. With other educational platforms like Udemy, Skillshare, Masterclass, you get wonderful pre-recorded classes, but there's no personalized feedback. And with other music competitions, applicants are driven by cash prizes, but there's rarely any other educational opportunities, and many were shut down during COVID. So based on our current capacity, this is what we can expect to make within a year based on these different areas of our business model. So with our mid-tier reviews, that would be an audio review from our reviewers. And if each reviewer were to get one audio review per month, that would make up about 23% of a total of 250,000 per year. And masterclasses would make up a small percentage of that membership area, but competitions and workshops are where our big focus is going to lie, especially right now with competitions, since we're so excited about our piano competition we had last year, along with our current violin competition. And one of our biggest missions is helping musicians achieve financial stability. So anywhere between 40 and 80% of the revenue that we generate from these events go back to the musicians that are actually working on them. And a little bit about me, I have my bachelor's in music and piano performance, as well as my MBA in business management. So I really love bridging my music and business background to create RADA. And I also have my own private piano studio in the DFW area. And I've competed like these kids that are in the competitions that we're running. And I've also done many music festivals throughout the US and abroad. And I've had the opportunities to study with many esteemed musicians. And so with that, I would love for everyone to give us a follow and connect with us on social media at RADA Connect. And if you know any musicians who would be excited to join our platform or find out more about it, please send them my way. And with that, thank you for your time and attention.
Excellent. Great job, Michelle. Thank you so much. Okay, questions? Kathy, you have your hand up?
Yes.
Go for it.
All right, Michelle, really great job. I can see that you take a lot of comment from the last time and improve your presentation. One I noted that a lot of you guys do not put a slide for the total market share of your industry, which I think you totally suit. For example, I'm not in music industry, so I actually have no idea how big it is, but your company can be really big, you know, because not only you can address the US, but also international. So it's very attractive to put that in your slide. And then second, since you are a brand new company, uh, so how do people know, how did you get the word out about the competition to get people apply?
Yeah, so a lot of it is that the musicians that we have on board are from very prestigious universities, and they also have large followings on social media. So we've been using their influence to bring traffic to RADA. And also in the first piano competition is a lot of DMs to individual people by searching them on hashtags and reaching out to their parents and getting them excited and spreading the word.
Guerrilla marketing there. Digital age guerrilla marketing in people's DMs. Candace, you have your hand raised?
Yes, great job.
Thank you.
Excuse me. My question was, you sound a little bit of, or you talked a little bit about how RADA can help people or help musicians have an additional source of income. Can you talk a little bit about what that income opportunity looks like?
For sure. So within every aspect of our business model, a lot of that money, like I said, is going back to the musicians involved. So with the reviews, the reviewers get to set whatever rate they want. So that can range anywhere from $10 per review all the way up to $200, depending on if they're straight out of college or if they're a professor at Juilliard. And of that percentage, they take 80, or of that amount, they take 80%, and then 20% comes back to us to cover overhead and transactional costs.
Excellent. Great job, Michelle. We are going to move on to the next pitch. Keep it rolling on time. I am continue to be impressed by that. So up next, we have Hernanda White, who is the founder and CXO of Black Girls Drone.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. This has been so amazing. I really enjoyed hearing everyone's pitches. Again, this has been an amazing cohort. Thanks to Heather, thanks to Tracy and everyone involved. I really appreciate you all having this opportunity for women in Denton County. That's been amazing. We didn't have to leave far to go anywhere to get this done. So let me try to share my screen and hopefully. Are we good?
Not seeing it yet. It looks like it's trying, but
It's trying, guys.
Now it's loading, maybe.
I need that t-shirt. Loading.
There you go. There you go.
All right. Good job. Thank you so much again for joining, everyone. My name is Hernanda White, and I'm the founder and CXO of Black Girls Drone. Sankofa teaches us that in order to understand our present and ensure our future, we must know our past. Today, we acknowledge the importance of learning, educating, and knowing where we have been. During this Black History Month and beyond, let us remind ourselves and others of our histories and recommit ourselves to pushing forward until a more equitable future becomes a reality for us all. Hi, my name is Hernanda White, and I'm the founder of Black Girls Drone, Inc. We offer high-quality STEM education using drones on our digital learning platform for next-gen girls of color from underserved communities to understand the technical, opportunity, and earning potential to become drone pilots. Remote education in the pandemic has been hard, especially hard for everyone, and especially even more hard for our students of color. Educational learning losses due to COVID could add up to over $10 trillion over today's students' lifetimes. A McKinsey report found that 40% of Black students and only 30% or more than that of Hispanic students in K-12 through US public high schools have received no online instruction during COVID school-related shutdowns when compared to others. Did you know that there are 2.2 million Black students in US high schools? And 16% of those students are not enrolled in advanced education courses. STEM skills like problem solving and reasoning and collaboration are in high demand across all STEM jobs. Career opportunities in STEM will need to be uplifted. Need to be increased. They'll need to be added. 1 million more STEM jobs will need to be added, and 70,000 drone jobs by 2025 for an economic impact of $13.6 billion. Our program embraces technology. We embrace it to improve educational outcomes for underrepresented girls in low-income communities. We focus on high-quality STEM education, from drones to codes. Our digital solution offers personalized experiences, reimagining remote education and reduces learning losses. We believe in our girls, and we know that our girls can do anything. They can achieve anything. They demonstrated this last summer. All virtual, they flew drones and coded all online when we partnered with the Drone Racing League. Our collaborative approaches and partnership building has increased exponentially through target marketing, organic reach, and word of mouth. And through these channels, we forecast a $350,000 opportunity pipeline created for Q1 through Q4. Uniquely qualified, our go-to-market unique sales strategies include selling our merch, drones, and digital subscription boxes, just to name a few. Today, we ask for strategic value to pay the people smarter than me to keep doing the great work they're doing, and of course, to add more of them, and to buy our girls more drones. Our team's experience combined with industry vertical and business acumen is over 35 years. Investing in us invests in closing the socioeconomic gaps for girls of color and introduces high-quality STEM disciplines early on for higher education retention in STEM among Black females. Thank you for hearing our story. I'm your founder, Drones, Education, and Tech, Hernanda White, Black Girls Drone.
Awesome. Great job, Hernanda. Perfect. Okay. What questions? Scrolling through. Kathy?
Sure. Ananda, great job. You are the one who had your financial projection in there, and also the total market share to help us understand how big this market is. My question is, I remember seeing a slide for fundraising, but I don't see a number on that, first and foremost. And then the second question I would like to add is I'm still confused about what is the outcome for the girl to take the drone education. Is it like a continuing education for fun, or is it going to equip them with some kind of career option after graduation?
Oh, yes. We are connecting them to career opportunities in aviation, aerospace, and engineering. We work with industry partners and corporate partners to secure jobs in internships, mentorships, and paid sponsorships for those girls.
Is that the case? Throw in their logo and some success stories, some picture of the girl who got the job, and the certificate will really speak volume for you, and then bring a lot of emotion, in your presentation.
Thank you.
And how much money did you ask for?
I'd like to talk to you later about that.
All right.
Any other questions? I want to give people time. I'm scrolling through to make sure that I can see. Am I missing a question? Okay. No, drop something in the chat. Okay, great. Well, then we are going to move on to our final pitch of the night. Last but not least, we have Lilia Whittington, who is the owner and head content creator at the D Diaries.
Hello, everybody. Let me get my screen set up. All right. Okay, so I have one ask. I do have an interactive slide, so you'll know when it's interactive. So whenever I ask the question, if you guys could interact, that would be really great. All right. So let me get that set up. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Like Heather said, my name is Lilia Whittington, and I'm the head content creator of the D Diaries. So a little bit of backstory about why I started a brand around the city of Denton. So I'm a local Dentonite, and I also have 4 generations of my family currently living within the city of Denton. And fun fact, I even went to the same high school that my dad went to, which is ironically named Denton High School. So I live and breathe the city of Denton. And so if you haven't been welcomed, let me be the first to welcome you to Denton, and let me show you around. So what's the point of having a local blogger? So by a show of hands, who here uses some form of social media to find reviews, see products, and overall research a brand before you make a purchase? Okay, look at that. I see lots of hands going up. Good. That right there is proof on why you need a local influencer. So influencer trust has only grown over the past few years, and this means that the budgets for influencer marketing have also grown, which influencer marketing is now a $15 billion industry. And to correlate with that, the growth in DFW has only grown as well. I'm sure we're all feeling the effects of like no elbow room, as there's been over 200,000 people moving to DFW since 2018. And Denton has seen a huge chunk of that with a 30% growth since our last census. So where do we connect with our community? Well, we have a couple different places that we connect. We have Instagram, and this is our largest community. We have over 10,000 followers, which is a top converter for clicks and impressions for our brand. And then we have Facebook, which is a growing community of local Dentonites who absolutely love knowing all about the Denton events first. We also love sharing our blog posts with them first and new product drops. And this has resulted in about 3,500 impressions on average monthly. And then we have our website where we house our guides, our feature Fridays, our lifestyle and fashion content. And our goal is to make shareable and relatable content, which has resulted in about a 26% conversion rate for our website. So how do we connect with these people? Well, like I said, we have our blog posts and social media posts that support the community, but are also relatable and reshareable content. From building a spring wardrobe to finding a fun local skincare product that you're dying to try, or even finding a planner to plan all of your things for 2021. We also have Denton guides, which I'm going to explain my most recent Denton guide that I did in partnership with Discover Denton in the next slide. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we partnered with Discover Denton for the holidays to create Denton's first holiday shopping guide to ever really hit the Denton marketplace, which resulted in 121 downloads, which resulted in a 32% conversion rate, total social impressions at 3,766, and total campaign clicks of 803. And overall, this campaign allowed us to spotlight and highlight over 40 businesses during a pandemic. It promoted a sense of community during a really dark time. And it also helped our countless followers to remember that we can survive this as a community, but we can also thrive together. So this obviously isn't the only business that we've had the opportunity to work with. And as you can see, we love bragging about our community. So let us have the opportunity in 2021 to brag about you. So our ask is that you trust, create, and I can't see that, expand. Sorry, guys. So trust influencer marketing in 2021 to help create your brand, create consumable and shareable content that will help expand your reach and ultimately your customer base. And as always, our promise is to continue to cultivate the top influencer space in Denton and share our motto, living life like a local. So you've met me. I'm the head content creator and brains behind the D Diaries, but you haven't met our PR manager, Olivia Moore. Olivia also graduated from UNT in the summer of 2020, and she's been using her PR skills to help us develop projects for the team, as well as brand outreach, and make sure all of our projects run smoothly from point A to point B. So if you want to see the D Diaries in action, you can go ahead and scan this QR code and it'll take you directly to my website where you'll be able to see the guides, blog posts, check out our social pages, and even learn a little bit more about me. So I look forward to connecting with all of you guys in the future, and feel free to pop into my breakout room to chat more about why I love Denton. So thank you guys so much. Where's my mouse like disappeared, sorry. Okay.
I'm muted. What questions are there? Kathy?
Yes, this is really a beautiful presentation, very impressive. I don't remember seeing a slide of financial projection or, the way that the business make money. So would you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So how we make money for the D Diaries is we do brand collaborations. So one of the reasons why I didn't put financial projections in my presentation is because every business has a different need. Every business needs something that we have to offer, whether it's content creation, whether it's a sit down for a social media consultation, whether it's a full-fledged, let's sign a year-long contract and you are the face of our brand. So each of those steps need a different pricing structure. So there's a really big opportunity to have the D Diaries brand create customizable content that really fits exactly your needs. So the projection, like I mentioned, was, there's a $15 billion industry for influencers out there, and it's huge and it's only growing. So really being able to kind of customize it per business is how we're currently making profit.
Any other questions? Am I missing any? Am I like not seeing hands? Okay. I'm like scrolling through the pages of attendees to see everybody. Awesome. Great job, Lilia. Great job, everybody. This is pretty amazing. Yes. 6 amazingly different businesses, 6 amazingly different entrepreneurs, and 6 fantastic pitches. I really want to thank each of you that trusted Tracy and I on this journey of the pilot program of AccelerateHER. It was truly an honor to witness your growth over the last 5 months. So this concludes the main event. Want to thank everybody for joining. I also want to extend a thanks to my team at Stoke, which is Lacey, and the TW team. Thank you so much for helping us pull off our first ever virtual pitch event. I really hope that the next time we have a pitch event, it can be in person. So we're going to move into the breakout room. So each woman that just pitched is going to host her own breakout room. Lacey is going to send them to their rooms now. And once the rooms are open, you will be able to, at the bottom of your screen, you can see breakout rooms. When you click on the 4 boxes that say breakout rooms, you should be able to scroll down to the bottom, see the room. When you hover over on the right-hand side, there's a little join button. So we go into the breakout rooms, and the event is going to kind of organically wind down from the breakout rooms. So please go join one or two and ask some questions and dig deeper with each of these women, or just go in and tell them that you really like their business idea, and hearing their pitch. So I'm going to give you a minute to get in there. If you have any issues, just drop a message in the chat and we can help you go into a room.
Yes, and if you're having trouble, you can just speak up or drop it in the chat, and I can go ahead and assign you to the room that you'd like to go into. I'll also note that you can pop back into the main room and then pop into another breakout room if you want to.
Lacey, can you move me into Michelle's room? I have for some reason it's showing that I can move people in and around the room. I don't know if it's because I'm a co-host.
Sure, yeah. Michelle's room. Okay.
I sent her right in the middle of her talking. I just cut her off.
Oh.
My bad. My bad, Donalisa.
Okay, cool.
Is anybody in this main space wanting to get into anybody's specific room, and we can help you get there?
Yes, this is Carrie Broussard. I'd love to get into Lila's room, but
Lilia's room? Yep,
yes,
we can do that. We'll send you right now.
Okay, thanks.
How you doing, Lacey?
Great. I wish that I had my reflexes were faster. To put it that way.
How so?
How are you?
Okay.
Yeah, just oh, my teeth are showing on the Zoom really weird. But
One sec. Hey, Carla, it looked like you were trying to get into Hernanda's room. Were you able to join, or do you need help?
I was, but I couldn't hear her or even talk to her, so I'm not sure what's going on. So I was going to go out and come back in to see if that would work.
Okay. Let's see if we can. Oh, that's weird.
It could be me. I'm on my phone, so. But great job, fantastic job. I loved all their pitches.
Thank you. I know, I was really glad that you were here. You're a great person to
I was like, oh, I want to
with
be a
her.
part of all of that.
Yes, exactly.
I could think of partnerships with all of them. I wish I had lots of money to help support them.
Right. I'm gonna move you into a different room and then try to move you back and see if I can get it to work. Hang on one sec.
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Move to Hernanda. Maybe that'll work. Quincy, thank you for being here tonight. We really appreciate you you showing up and for covering the program at the beginning. That was fantastic.
If you just send me your info, I can get you signed up so that you can test out that our MVP.
Cool, thanks.
Absolutely, and thank you for that question.
Yeah, so I have a question for someone who is not very good at picking out items, but also may have challenges on just sizing. Do you, and I know you have the personal stylist aspect, do you have a opportunity for someone maybe to do a video with the person and they have a tape measure and teach them how to take their measurements to make sure that they're sizing their items
That is
properly?
a great question. Yeah, so we've considered a few different ways that stylists can engage with users who need more who are really solving more of a problem, like it sounds like you are. You're not just shopping, but you're really trying to get educated as well. And so we're thinking about the opportunity to maybe set up, like maybe your $22 a month includes 1 hour of video chat. And so you guys can talk about whatever you want to talk about. Maybe she just wants to tell you about, oh, I have a wedding coming up and I'm trying to find a dress, but I don't really know what I want to look at. So there's a few different ways that we can engage, but I'm definitely open to that opportunity. And you're not the first person to ask me about if like a more integrated experience like that is possible. So I do think that it's going to benefit us and our users to create an opportunity to have more one-on-one time.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to test our app, same deal, just email me and I'm happy to get your hands on it. It's just email me at hello@department.co.
Candace, I had a question that kind of dovetails into Shirley's question. So presumably, once you get to a point where you're kind of further exploring this idea of having, kind of a personalized experience, I imagine maybe in the early days you would have stylists under the department umbrella, but I could imagine, you creating some kind of marketplace element where you start, kind of maybe onboarding third party and not directly affiliated with department stylists and, kind of matching them with people that are interested in that level of service and that level of specialization. Is that something that you've kind of thought about or explored, or, even though, you might be a little, probably a couple of years away from doing exactly that,
right.
But
No, that's an interesting question. That's not something that I had even really considered. So I'd have to sit with that for a minute. But I will say that a lot of, especially our content and the community and voice that we're trying to build is all around just educating our users. So we offer style hacks and we, interview women in fashion and styling and entrepreneurship. And so I think that that could be a fun idea where just in support of us wanting to educate and offer additional resources that we can say, hey, if you want a different experience, here's another opportunity. But that's a great idea. I hadn't considered that.
Yeah, and I imagine, there's probably a number of ways of approaching that, right? Like whether you want to just kind of create a very social experience within department where people naturally just kind of match up, or if you want to take a little bit more of a controlled, directed experience where you basically, again, have that marketplace.
Yeah.
That easily could be an entirely separate business, right? So I'm not necessarily advocating, for you to focus on that, but, certainly something that is interesting and could be worth exploring once you build up your user base, right?
No, that's definitely some food for thought. And it's good for me to have people thinking about it in that way, because when I shop, I'm the person who headphones in, please don't talk to me. I don't like shopping with my friends. I just want to get in, find my things and get out. So I forget that people enjoy shopping. And so I've heard so much about, and I enjoy shopping for other people, it's not for myself. I enjoy, or I've learned so much about the social shopping as an.
Hey, just
How's it
popping in
going?
breakout rooms.
Cool. I'm just holding down the fort in the main sesh.
Cool. I'll be back.
Okay.
From scratch. So there's got to be a way to incorporate that, a little humble brag moment.
Okay.
I'm going to say thank you for dumbing it down for me, because I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
So true.
Hey, Heather.
Hi.
A good job. I know it's got to be tough having random people pick apart your business and your presentation and all that, but hopefully it's all with good intentions and make it better the next time it goes around, and when you're out there asking for money or whatever, it goes smoother. So
Absolutely. I can't imagine ever doing anything with Stoke or TWU where it wouldn't be about like, we're here to help you elevate and get to the next level. So it's, and then, also, if you're going to do this, you got to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
Those that weren't cut out for it, they're already out, right? It's a special little animal that is around here doing this. So
I'm gonna sorry to bore you with the one or two questions I had. If there's anything I can ever do to help with, sometimes I can't, but I might know somebody, and I'm happy to do that. Reach out to me, hook me up on LinkedIn or whatever. I'm gonna go. I had a question for Lilia.
Yeah, go chat with
talk
Lilia,
about.
for sure.
So I'll say leave room. Yep.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep,
Nice
that'll
to meet
take you
both
back
of
to the main session, and then you can find your way to Lilia's room.
All right, thank you. See y'all later.
Bye. And Julie, I'm going to float around too. So you have my contact. We're connected on all the social channels now too. So if you ever need anything, please reach out. I'm always here.
I will. Thank you, Jasmine.
Yes. And I love the fact that you incorporated your high-res images. I was looking. I felt you on that one.
I'm so glad you told me that last time, because I was looking at it at that resolution and I was like, oh shit.
No, the first slide, I was like, yes. Yes. So good job. Thank you so much. See you soon. Bye.
Hey.
Hi.
We made it.
We made it. Oh my gosh. I was telling Lacey, like, I have been doing events for damn near close to 20 years. Like, I stopped getting nervous about them probably 4 years ago. Like, I was just sort of like, I got it. Like, I stopped losing sleep. I stopped being nervous. It was fine. It was like, fine. And something about, I think it really was like the fact that this was virtual, and like, I think also like feeling so much like mama pride for everybody, and like wanting, like knowing that everybody else was feeling like all day long. I was like, why am I so damn like, I'm doing a basic 5-minute introduction that I get to read, like, I don't know, but I'm so glad that it's done, and I think that you and everybody did great.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's funny too, because like with the AT&T one that was a virtual kind of program, it still ended with a live pitch day, because we were just in downtown Dallas. And doing this, I was just telling Jasmine when she first jumped in, like, I haven't done like pitch like this. I've done presentations on Zoom, I've done calls, I've done coffee chats, like all of that stuff, taught classes, but this is a little different the way it goes down.
Yeah.
And, but I'm glad you sent me that link or you pointed me to the Pump It Up music, right? Like the Get in the Zone.
Oh yeah.
Because I did that today and I was like, okay, that helps.
I saw your email. I was like, she's doing it. I should have listened to something. Should have listened to a power song in the car on the way over, and I neglected to do that. So
my kids were like, what are you doing, Mom? So I was driving Olivia home for practice and I was like, I don't care what you guys want today. I have a pitch and I'm getting pumped up.
Yeah, exactly. Like you've gotta, you gotta take care of yourself.
But it did go well. It went great.
Yeah, it did.
Hi, Tracy.
It's just me.
Hi.
Heather.
Great job tonight. I think I'm just really proud of everybody, and you did a really great job. And no one knows this yet. Heather may have a hint, but may not know, but I definitely thought of you. Starting, we're going to have a women veteran grant.
I will keep it on the down low because I don't want to.
It's going to be big. It's going to be $250,000, and women can get from 1 to 10,000 because there are some that don't need much and starting up, and some established. But I was like, I gotta let Julie know.
Thank you.
Because I know with our last one, you were like right there. it's like so. But anyway, we're not going to do that to April. But I mean, I'm really proud of you and all you've done. I think everybody did such a great job. VR was on tonight too from the Veteran Women's Entrepreneur Center, and they have some things that come up as well. So, as we go on, if I find things that may benefit you as well.
In my way, thank you so much. I've been telling everybody who I think should reach out to that, how great it's been to be connected with the Center for Women Entrepreneurs and Live Plan. I can't stop talking about how amazing. I don't care if you don't care about financials or projections or how to get it together. If you want to do something, you need to go do this.
I know. And things will be slowing down because they say the coffee talks, but it's like, gosh, I have had like meetings galore. And it's like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this, but I'm not sure when. So anyway, but great job tonight, and great job, Heather. You feel better now?
Whew. Yeah. Gonna go have a drink.
I know. I was just thinking I could go to my fridge is right there and pour some wine.
I know. My pitch has been playing in my head, and I haven't felt like that since grad school. Like when I had like a big final, and I was just reciting theories in my sleep and stuff like that. And my pitch has been like that. So I would have to agree. I'm really going to get a good night's sleep tonight.
Yeah. Good.
Everybody should.
I'm trying to pop in and see everyone, so I'll move on from here, but great job.
Thank you.
Okay, let me figure it out then. It's the first time moving myself.
Yeah. Oh,
and I
yeah.
think
So just hit leave room.
Problems.
Leave room. We'll take. Well, where do you want to go? I can move you.
Oh yeah.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
Oh boy. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
It'll all be fine.
It is. It's done. It's done. But I noticed you accepted the invite for the every other week.
Yes.
Odd call. So I was so glad. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, she might be done because it's work and it's over. But I thought
I accepted it so it'll hold the spot on my calendar. I imagine. I'm really glad that it's every other week. I imagine I'll attend some.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to do all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, I would like to. I mean, I cut it out of my introduction, but you know, it's been helpful to me all along to literally learn alongside and be a part of the program with y'all. So I consider myself a pilot cohort member too.
Cohort for sure. It felt like that. It felt like you were definitely guiding us and also just like a part of the group. So it was cool.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go pop back into the main space and
when we're
see if
done
Lacey
here,
needs
we're
anything.
not meeting back up, right? Like when we're done.
Nope.
We're done. Cool.
No, yeah, we're just gonna, Lacey and I are just keeping our eyes on we're seeing people kind of moving through the room. So you may want to hang out for just another couple minutes, see if anybody pops in. Yeah, and then we'll probably shut it down right around 7.
Cool.
Okay,
All
cool.
right.
What's going on and stuff. And so I really liked her background, and she was interested in department. So it worked out that way. And then for my other co-founder, I posted on Co-Founder Labs, I think is what it's called, that I was looking for a technical co-founder. And I had some conversations. I had some weird conversations. Like some of it got odd, but when I talked with Layla, I had a good feeling in that very first conversation. I was like, oh, this is great. So we played around with some stuff and kept talking, and I just felt really positive about it. But yeah, I mean, 100% of 0 is 0. So I'm not trying to do everything because I need for this to get off the ground. So I was happy to take on co-founders.
Great. What did you say? 100% of 0 is 0.
Yeah, well, because people who are like, well, I don't want to give anything away, it's like, well, that's understandable. But if you cannot accomplish what you're trying to do yourself alone, and if, like me, I don't want to work Monday through Monday, like that's not my goal. Like, so having co-founders allows for me to allow myself rest and to not be going crazy. And like, I want to share the wealth. Like, I have no problem as long as it makes sense. And we have, legal things in place. We have vesting schedules. So I also it's not like you just give equity away either. So I feel good about it. I'm so glad that I did it.
Awesome. Cool.
Candace, I don't think he wasn't able to attend. And I don't know where you're at. I don't know if you have your eyes on specific investor groups or anything, but somebody from North Texas Angel Network was hoping to make it tonight. Ended up not being able to, but was interested in seeing Dex. So I don't know, I can introduce you to him and y'all can take it from there. There's also a fund, Artemis Fund out of Houston, that specializes in, well, it just funds females. And so I also have a connection there. If either of those, I don't know, you're pitching,
No,
you're pitching to investors.
I'm actively fundraising, and Artemis Fund is actually on my target. They're one of my like target funds, and I don't have any connections there. So that would be great. So yeah,
absolutely.
Anyone who wants to talk, I'm absolutely always happy to have a conversation.
Perfect. Well, I don't know, they were supposed to send a venture associate tonight. I don't know if they did, but I will follow up with them and make that connection. Thank you, Jonathan, for being here and for your positivity and your questions.
Of course, anytime, literally, just book me on Calendly and I'll be there with all the positivity in the world. All right, I unfortunately have to get back to work, but thanks for the invite. Loved attending this. Happy to get as involved as y'all need as you continue to grow AccelerateHER. Candace, we'll catch up soon, and everyone have a fantastic night.
Thanks, Jonathan. You too.
That was nice.
That was nice.
Oh, you ladies, thank you though. I want to make sure I get that to Lacey too. And you, Heather, I know you guys worked so hard on that. Great job with everything. Candace, and you did a great job. And it's like, there were several slides tonight. They were not what we saw in our presentations, were they? I'm like, well, this is a little different.
Yeah, they took the feedback to heart.
Exactly. And I know I pitch at this point like 5 to 10 times a week, and every time, whenever I hear something good, I make a little tweak.
Yeah, because but you sounded so calm, and I mean, you sounded great. You answered the questions so well. I mean, everything. I mean, it just came across really good. So congrats on that.
Oh my God, Candace, so impressive. It was so great.
Thank you so much. I thought everybody did great.
Yeah. Sorry you had technical difficulties, Leslie. I know that's so frustrating, but everybody understands. Like there was no,
seriously.
Yeah,
and you recovered well.
And getting stuck on good pictures helps.
Yeah. And I don't know, Leslie, did you see that really sweet note that Jonathan put in the chat?
I did. I'm not good at this etiquette, but I answered him in a direct message. So I was talking to him, and he just came to the breakout room. So that was cool to hang out with him a bit.
It was so cool to hear how much you personally impacted him. I just thought that was really amazing. Definitely some great marketing while you were trying to get your slides back up. I was like, oh, look at that. Slides or not, she is well known for what she does.
Funny.
I'm gonna pull Julie back into this main session. Yeah. I like that I can just control people.
This is like we're having an after party.
Sorry, Julie, I brought you back.
After party.
Yeah. Yeah, Julie, that was fantastic. You did so well.
Thank you. Everybody kicked ass. Leslie, like, I know that you had the technical difficulties, but your sense of humor, it was just like,
it was so good.
It was awesome.
Okay.
And we saw your husband pop in here a minute ago. He didn't last long though. But it was so funny earlier. I saw one from Leslie, and then it was like Leslie's trying to get in, and I was like, I know Leslie's already here. This was in the beginning. It's like,
I see. It was coming up as me. That's so strange. Huh. I wonder why. He was on his own computer and his own, that's weird.
Were you the last one on it or something on Zoom?
No, we don't share computers. I don't know why it said me. Strange. Oh, well. I had somebody in my breakout room who couldn't communicate. Like I couldn't, she was having technical difficulties, but she was like there the whole time, but muted, and I couldn't tell if she was there. It was kind of strange.
Oh, look, I got somebody booked a discovery call with me.
Oh,
boom.
Awesome.
That's the best possible result.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Nice. So excited about that.
Yes, I'm very excited. I was like, that's a success.
Well, great job, everyone. I'm going to jump off for this evening. This has been a long week. We have evening things every night. So great job, everyone.
Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tracy. And thank you, Heather. Thank you. So I already thanked Tracy like separately, but thank you, Heather, so much for everything that you've done. It's just been such an amazing, amazing experience. And I so appreciate and I hope we can stay in touch.
I know. I was just telling Julie, I may not make all of the ongoing cohort calls, but I will definitely make some.
Oh, good, great.
Y'all aren't gonna get rid of me that easily.
Excellent.
Plus,
Great.
I still have to write a survey to get y'all's feedback so I can make it better next time. Yeah.
Perfect. Because it just feels like it feels like, oh my God, we're just going to be unplugged and that's it. And then we're just like out on our own.
I
Like,
know, baby birds out of the nest.
I know, that's how it feels.
Back.
We're having so much fun.
Oh, hey, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
It looks like a 30-minute thingy happened, but I can open all rooms again. Sorry about that.
I've got a question for Leslie.
yes. Hi, Marty.
Do you know Walter Eagleton?
Do I know Walter Eagleton? I don't think I do. Who is he?
Well, Walter is a longtime Dentonite and former photographer that left all that business, and he became a chef in France. What is the famous school?
Cordon Bleu.
Yeah, Cordon Bleu, and he's been over in France making people that do tours on a week or two at a time, but he's now doing like virtual cooking classes. We've signed up for one, and I just think it'd be someone that you ought to get to know. I've already sent your link to my next door neighbor who's a big foodie.
Oh, thank you.
And she anyway, Walter might be someone you could have some use in your business down the road.
Yes, I will. I'll definitely look him up and connect with him. He sounds super interesting. And I do have a soft spot in my heart for French food. I'm actually, my husband, who sort of popped in, is French, and I'm kind of in the process of becoming French. So I have like a French thing going.
Well, he's actually stuck over there.
Oh, he is.
He
Wow.
he was doing, I mean, they quit everything they did here, moved over there, and they rent out chateaus, and they have groups over there, and they cook and take them out places. But he's stuck, and he's doing virtual cooking classes. And my next door neighbors that I sent the link to also own a house in France, and so they're big foodies. So I knew immediately that they would like yours. So anyway, I'll stop talking.
Well, but thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
It was a great evening. I'm going to go home now. And Heather, thank you for putting this on. And
thank you for coming, Marty. Really appreciate it.
I didn't get to talk to everybody, but good luck with all your businesses. I appreciate all your hard work.
Thanks,
Thank
Marty.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Whew. Great job, everybody. I'm
Thank
tired.
you.
Y'all tired?
Thank you. Yeah, I had another live event today also. Like, it was like crazy. Yeah.
I had one last night and it was long. I am tired.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, everybody.
I gotta go.
Y'all
pick
did
up
fantastic.
One, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go sneak in a quick drink before I have to go relieve my babysitter.
Okay, good idea.
Smart.
All right.
Bye, everybody. So super proud of y'all.
Bye.
Later.